Hey guys, welcome back to We Are Growth Hack, the YouTube channel where we share growth hacking for Amazon, especially for Amazon FBA sellers and marketing. And today I'm here with my new friend, Regina. How you doing?
Hey, thank you for having me. I'm thrilled to be here.
That's amazing, and thanks for being here. So now we are pretty much interviewing all of my connections and friends in the Amazon FBA space. I'm really excited to have you here because, well, guys, Regina knows a lot of things, and we're going to discuss, a very interesting topic right now that you probably have been looking for. And Regina, tell us about yourself, who you are, where are you, and how you are involved with Amazon FBA.
Okay, so who am I? I am a solo parent to an 11-year-old daughter. I live in Australia, in Melbourne, Australia. I got into Amazon in 2015. Basically, I got into Amazon because I was previously in fashion retail, and my daughter at the time was five, 6, and she was getting very sick of me working 7 days a week in the shop and not having any time to spend with her after school or on holidays. So I was looking for an opportunity to change my life and her life. And so I came across the Amazon FBA model, which for me made perfect sense because I was already importing products from overseas. I was already doing a private label of sorts in the fashion side of things, manufacturing in China. So I understood a lot of the moving parts. And so when I saw the FBA model, it's just something just clicked to me and was like, yep, this is for me. I can do it. And so I launched my first product in August 2015, and it took me 14 months to make my first $1 million in sales. So, and I'm not going to tell you that. It was not a garlic press. Let's just say it was not a garlic press. It was not in the kitchen space. And the reason I won't, because I'm still selling in the same niche. I'm still selling that same brand of product. So in the intervening years, I've expanded my product range. Some I've kept, some have fallen off the wayside. I have actually 3 brands that all sell into the same customer because I find it easier to pivot. I can, resell to the same customer, right? So I've got 3 different aligned brands, plus a 4th one that I created for Australia only. I sell across US, UK, and in fact, I was Australia's first third-party seller. So, I have a few runs on the board and know a lot of stuff when it comes to Amazon. So I still sell, and I have a podcast, the Women on Amazon podcast, where I talk about same sorts of things that you talk about on yours.
Yeah, that's great. I would love to be a guest on your podcast. Let's see if we can talk about
Sure, we'll make it happen. Don't worry.
So let's just recap. I mean, Regina, you have an amazing mind. I can see already the strategy, selling to the same customers. And this is, the key to succeed on Amazon, I would say, because you would have your target audience. And not only you give them one product, you give them 3 brands. So that's amazing. How much did you start with in terms of initial investment? Because a lot of people ask
initial investment right now. Yeah, so this is, I started with, because I was running a business already. So I was able to use the business that I already had to cash flow into my Amazon business. So that made it a little bit easier than, I didn't have to rely on savings. So my initial inventory order was for 1,000 units, and my landed cost into Amazon was $2.40. So my initial investment was $2,400 in inventory. Then, of course, I had photography, branding, all of the other things. I ran out of I did a small launch of, back then it was a little bit different. I literally gave away 100 units in the first week. And I was able to rank pretty quickly. And I sold out of those 1,000 units within 3 weeks. So I was scrambling then for my next order. And, and it's the usual thing. If you are very successful early on and if you don't plan for it, there's that dash to find money to pay for inventory.
Yeah.
So by the time it came to Christmas, I actually had I was on to my 3rd inventory order. And in my first December, I did $170,000 in sales, which was, amazing. For me, it was just out of this world. I literally rang a business broker and said, get me out of my lease of my retail store. So at that stage. So, I didn't care if I sold it. I just wanted to spend my time on my Amazon business. And so almost exactly a year to the day I launched my first Amazon product, I actually closed my retail store and I walked away from my retail business.
This is amazing. That's another interesting story of a business moving from offline to online. That's really cool. I have a question here. I think a lot of our readers and listeners are interested in this. How much of your sales were coming from PPC in your first year? Can you tell us, a percentage? Was it 50%?
Very little.
Huh?
Very little.
Okay.
Very little.
This was 2015, right?
Yeah, this was 2015. Most of my sales were coming from organic because I ranked, back then we were using, I'm just trying to remember who I used. I think Viral Launch or I can't remember. Yeah. Oh, no, actually, the very first one, I actually used micro-influencers. I gave away 100 coupon codes, like 100% off coupon codes, using a website called Thomason, who I believe still exists. And I used 100, what would now be called micro-influencers, to create reviews for me, because back then they could, and to post my product across their channels. So I had, my brand was on Twitter and Facebook and, from their channels. So that was, and back then I didn't pay any of them. They just got the free product and they put it across. So things are a little bit more complicated now. But it was purely organic, plus a little bit of PPC. I'm not a PPC expert, but in those early days, it was just the basic automatic campaign plus some targeted keyword.
I remember. We didn't have in 2015, I think, still the different match. Different keyword match like broad phrase and
we didn't have all the match types. We didn't have video ads. It was a simpler time.
So moving forward to 2021, now compared to before, where you say you were barely doing advertising, it was mostly organic. How much of your sales now is coming from either PPC, either external traffic? So it's not organic in Amazon. What kind of percentage?
Well, look, that's really hard to say because it depends on what I'm doing, if I'm launching or if I'm running any kind of promotions. I'd say probably 50% of my sales are still organic, and then the rest is divided by, between PPC. And it also depends, I had an amazing experience in the UK where in November I did a very basic video ad, sponsored brands video ads. If you're not doing those, get onto them. Especially in the lesser known marketplaces in the UK. And I've just launched one here in Australia because in Australia it's just been made available. And where I literally, my product just went from doing maybe 5 or 6 units a day to 25 to 30 units a day purely on the back of video ads, PPC. And I actually sold out of my product 6 weeks earlier than I had expected and had to get orders in much faster. And I was using purely like the minimum bid price, and so my ACOS was like 6%. It was ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
So I will pay that all day, every day. And at that stage, probably 90% of my sales were coming from the PPC, but at 6% ACOS, I don't care. Happy to pay.
Yeah. So I would say that, we know that when you guys are selling, I'm trying to refer to new sellers or to sellers who have no idea how much they should spend in PPC. Having 50% of your sales coming from, organic search that you're not paying for, that's a healthy level. So that's where you want to be, to sustain, and then you can have another 30% or 40% coming from PPC. You could have a 10% or 15% coming from external traffic. That's really good.
It also depends on what your strategy is with PPC.
Exactly.
I prefer to run my PPC at a profit. It's only if I'm launching that I will do break even PPC. But I slash and burn my campaigns because I prefer to run at a profit.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
I know other people have different strategies when it comes to this, but
Yeah.
that's my one.
And it also depends on the life cycle of the product. Of course,
Yeah,
you don't want to have 20% on PPC when you're launching your product. You probably want to have a little bit more. And then, we're
yeah,
talking about
absolutely.
profit. So the reason why we're asking this is because we're going to talk about external traffic here, and
Hmm.
especially in two different ways that Regina and I provide a kind of similar service but different. So we're talking here about ranking your products on Amazon, okay, with two different platforms or two different ways of using actually
The same
the
channel.
same service, yeah, the same display channel that is Pixelfy Me. So Regina, okay, my followers already know what I talk about when I use my Pixelfy ranking strategy. If you guys
Hmm.
have seen me for the first time in this video, I will make a link to the ranking strategy of Pixelfy. So we're not going to explain here in detail how that strategy works. We know it already. You make a PPC campaign, you create on Facebook, etc. You target keyword, boom, you rank. We want to know now how Regina uses chatbots. Can you tell us how did you start and how
Sure.
you're helping sellers?
Okay, so I started on chatbots as an Amazon, for my Amazon brand. Goodness, at least 3.5, possibly even 4 years ago. I was possibly one of the very first. Certainly not the first because I followed somebody else's spreadsheet on how to do it, but certainly one of the first handful of Amazon sellers who used chatbots.
Was it
And
ManyChat
that,
or?
yeah, so it was
Okay.
ManyChat, and that was when we had to use Zapier integrations, and it was all very complicated, but I did it. And at that stage, I was using it to give away low value coupon codes. So it was purely to give away low value coupon codes and collect customers' email addresses to do that. They had to actually give me their email address in order to get their coupon code. So that's how I started. And then over the years, that's changed. And now I use it predominantly for ranking. I still do when there's, like, for Valentine's Day, I'll do a promotion with low value. These days we don't need to use Zapier integrations. We have other ways to give out coupon codes. It's a lot simpler now on ManyChat to do that. However, for ranking purposes, I like to use a search, find, buy method, and I use ManyChat basically to give the customer instructions. So they go from a Facebook ad, which will say something like, would you like to try this product for free? Or words to that effect. And then they go into a chatbot flow that tells them, the product, tells them what they have to do in order to get it for free, because I use a rebate. I don't do a coupon distribution for that. So from Amazon's point of view, it is a full price purchase, which gives you a little bit more ranking juice. And then I'll give them instructions on, go to Amazon, find our product. Here's a picture of the product. Use this keyword. So we try and mimic as organically as possible the instructions. Now, if the product is brand new and is not ranking anywhere, there's no point doing a search, find, buy,
Of course.
because nobody's going to look for you on page 172, right? So you can only use that search, find, buy when you're sort of page 2 or 3 on a mobile search. Right.
Yeah.
So if it's a brand new product, then I will use Pixelfy Me URL links for my keywords. And I use a rotator. So I don't rank just for one. I rotate for 4 or 5 different keywords within my ManyChat flow. So that's how I do it. And then again, the ManyChat flow will then ask the customer to verify their order. So I ask for their order number and I ask for their email address in order to PayPal them their rebate. Now they know in advance that that's what's going to happen. So it's not a surprise.
Yeah.
Okay. So all of this, and that's why I like ManyChat, because you can make it really simple. People just click and they read the instructions. If they want to know more, they can click a button that tells them to know more. And it's all pre-programmed in and runs on autopilot. Yeah. And then what I have is I come back, I've got linked to a Google Sheet. So I keep it really, really simple. I don't have any fancy integrations. So I just have a Google Sheet that has the customer name, their order number, and their PayPal email address.
Amazing.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And then let me tell you a couple of other bonuses.
Sure.
Because now I've got those people's email address. So I then add them to my MailChimp email list, which is my reviewer list. So next time, because I launch products that sell to the same customers, I could email them back next time and say, hey, a couple of months ago, you reviewed this product. Would you like to review my new product? So I don't have to spend money on Facebook ads next time, right?
Yeah. Wow, that really sounds good. I already see, you know, some differences here and there. I would say personally that your chat flow is very, you know, it's very direct. It works. I really like the fact of using the rebate on Amazon and not the coupon code, definitely. I agree with you. Using Pixelfy me directly, not search, find, buy for a new launcher product is really important because you're not going to find anything, right? So you need the Pixelfy URL. So we will discuss later about this kind of differences between using chatbots with Pixelfy and only Facebook ads with Pixelfy and PPC as we do. We're going to arrive into that.
Well, you know what, for a launch, I would recommend you do both, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, because for launches, you want to throw everything at it, right? So you can use all the different strategies.
Exactly. But guys, I want to tell you two things right now. The first is, if you didn't do it already, remember to subscribe to this channel because you're interviewing the best minds in the Amazon FBA space, and give us a like and put a comment if you like. And the second thing is that Regina is so nice that she will give a rebate, a 10% discount for her course that doesn't cost even so much right now. It's around $300 US. So you can get it even cheaper if you send her an email using our WEAREGROWTHHACK mention. All right. So this said, let's get back into the differences between the strategy that we have developed and the strategy that you are doing and that you're also giving for this amazing price. So you pretty much give a course with the chat flow, you know, already set up.
So what I have created, and it was purely because I was talking about this, but nobody was doing it, except for people selling $3,000 courses on it, right? And I don't know about you, but I've got enough $3,000 courses, and I don't think that this strategy is, you know, needs that much. And in order to justify those $3,000 price tags, the people that are selling those courses were doing all sorts of very complicated integrations and APIs, and which is all fine. But of course, when one of those things goes wrong, everything falls down. So
and you need to buy another course because, of course,
and you need to figure out how to fix it. So what I did was I've created a very, very simple, basic flow. In fact, two flows. One is using the URL, and one is the search, find, buy. Okay, so you've actually got two flows. So you start with one and then transfer to the other once you're ranking. Plus 8 very short videos. So the whole thing will take you less than an hour. So you could actually, if you copy my flows, watch my videos, within 2 hours, you could have your own ranking chatbot up pretty simply.
That's perfect.
And it's less than $300, plus I'll give you a 10% rebate if you send me an email to say that you saw this video.
Yeah, so, well, let me tell you, we also gave a very detailed mini course on how to set up your Pixelfy ranking strategy, and it's around 40 minutes, and it's for free on this channel. So if you guys didn't see it, go and look it for free, you know, because I'm not gonna sell that because I think people can just figure out themselves. But I think I should probably sell it. Maybe I should learn from you.
Why not? Well, it's valuable information, right?
Yeah. So let's see actually how those two different strategies differ. I would say that what we do in terms of ranking is really, really nice because, okay, here's the first difference that I would say. We are both using a Supreme URL 2.0, right? When we want to redirect the users to a product that has been just launched, because you can't search, find, buy that kind of product. So this is amazing for, you know, when you're just launching your product. And what we're doing, we don't use a URL rotator with different keywords. We actually take our time and make one different URL for each keyword. And the reason why we do that is because if the performance on the Facebook ads, you know, on the twin campaign is not good, we will switch that off. So this is the way that we approach that. We really want to put a lot of effort on which keyword we want to rank for. So this is one point to this kind of strategy. Now, tell us another point regarding your strategy. For example, I think that your conversion rate is quite good, right?
Yes, look, because I give away my products, I basically get it for free or 80%,
Wow.
because I do a rebate. I do a rebate. So from Amazon's point of view, it's a full price buy rather than a coupon code. So I think that's an advantage of doing a rebate strategy rather than a low value coupon code. If you were going to choose between one or the other, I would choose the rebate. However, as I said before, I recommend you actually do both.
Both, yeah.
Because you want to send Amazon signals that people are buying from all different ways. Exactly. So, and then the other benefit of my strategy is, as I mentioned before, is I have the email addresses and I have the people in my chatbot list as well. So I can contact them for a review if I want to. And you've got to be very, very careful with rebates how you ask for reviews. But I can do that, both from the email and from the chatbot. And I can also contact them for a new product launch later on. So I think that's the twin benefits of having the chatbot as well as just the direct Facebook coupon strategy.
That's amazing. I like this bottle. What we can do, what you can do. I want to fight back. I want to shoot back. And I want to tell you, we can also collect emails. If we make an intermediate landing page that is on the actual website hosted, of your brand, you can, before actually giving the opportunity to the customers to click on the link that will redirect them to the landing page on Amazon, you can actually ask for the email. So this is something that I didn't show on the training because I just wanted to keep it very simple, but you guys can feel free to do it. Instead of using the landing page provided by Pixelfy, you can create your own landing page. This is something we mentioned already in your own website, and you can ask for the email. So that's also something. I really like this, shooting back and forth.
I'm gonna fight back. I'm going to fight back because...
Tell me one more.
Okay, I'm going to fight back on that because I have done this as well. I have used a landing page to collect emails before I give the coupon code. What I found is that you lose a lot of people who don't want to give you their email address. It depends on how deep your discount is, but if you're doing just a 20, 30, 40% discount, they're not going to give you that because they know you're going to email them, right? They're smart. So the benefit of doing a rebate strategy is they don't get their money unless I've got their email address.
The PayPal, right?
The PayPal, yeah. I need their PayPal address in order to rebate them. So they've got no choice. If they want the product for free, they've got to give me their email address. That's
amazing. You just suggested me that we can actually integrate the rebate with our normal Pixelfy strategy on the landing page. Yeah, I didn't think about that, but that definitely makes sense because using a rebate, I think honestly, okay, it all depends on what kind of customer you have in front of you. If they actually, because me personally, I stay away from chatbots. Like I don't want to talk with the non-human. That's why I've developed this kind of strategy. But I know. But you
don't have to. You don't have to. That's the beauty of chatbots is you pre-build all of the flows, and it's very rarely that you actually need to hop on and actually talk to them personally.
No, me as a customer, I don't want to, that was my concept before. I would say, this word is amazing because you have so many different tools and so many different ways of doing that. You are a kind of marketer who wants to use chatbots and who wants to set up a flow. That's perfect. You have this tool provided by Regina, provided by many others, but she's making it super simple and it really works. You don't want to bother customers, having them talk with a chatbot. You can use something that we provided, we teach you for free. So this is really amazing. I would say that those two different strategies, they definitely work. Shoot me something more. Why, a brand owner, an FBA seller should use a chatbot. Tell me something more. Oh, I have something for you here. So we actually have seen that with Facebook restrictions of privacy and everything, chatbots like ManyChat are becoming a little bit complicated to use. Can you tell us something more here?
Okay, so yes. So when we first started using chatbots a couple of years ago, one of the benefits of running chatbot flows was even if people didn't buy, ultimately, we still had them on our list. So we could actually use the chatbot list like an email list. And unfortunately, some marketers, poisoned the well by spamming their chatbot customers with emails all the time. So Facebook said, whoa, we don't want to do that. So they've actually changed the rules as of March last year. So you are not allowed to message your chatbot subscribers unless there are two ways you can. Number one is a post-sales follow-up. So, for example, if you're doing a rebate, you do have a genuine reason to follow up with them after the sale to ask if everything went well. Okay, so you are able to do that. And the other way you can do it is ManyChat and Facebook have put together what's called a one-time notification where the customer can opt in. So at the end of every flow, you can actually say, hey, I hope you like the coupon. Would you like us to contact you next time we do a giveaway? And they opt in. So if they've opted in, then you are able to very easily send them a message. The other way, of course, is you can pay to send messages to everybody who's on your list.
Yeah.
Okay, it's because Facebook will gladly take your money. Okay.
Who wouldn't?
But the days of sending them messages the way that you would emails, those are gone. So there's three different strategies to do that.
All right. After this bomb that I throw at you, I have to throw a bomb to myself because we're not using chatbots. But guys, we have to be very careful. Your Facebook advertising account might be suspended at any time for no reason for what is going on right now between Apple, iOS, and Facebook. So privacy restriction is a thing, and you will have to be very, very considerate. You have to be compliant with everything that is going on. We didn't have that many big problem of clients' account shut down, but sometimes it can be suspended, apparently for no reason. So that happens, and that would affect actually your advertising coming from Facebook, whether you're using Chatflow, Chatbot, or just ranking strategy that mimics PPC like we're doing. So this is really something that is affecting all of us, privacy issues, etc. Where is the solution to this? I'm gonna tell you something: influencers. Okay, influencers in new platforms such as TikTok, for example. By the way, if you didn't check it, go and check our video for how to sell your FBA products with TikTok. That's amazing. And we're going to do a follow-up later soon talking about Amazon Live as well. So influencers, they have less restrictions because they are not an advertising platform technically. I believe they will have some more restriction later, but for now, there is a lot less restrictions, and they're going to have a lot more data about their customers. So you can overcome this kind of issue by using influencers, bloggers, TikTokers, YouTubers, and then just put your Chatflow link or your Pixelfy landing page link.
Yep, absolutely. And as I said, when I first launched, I didn't use any link. I think I used a very basic URL, two-step URL way back then with influencers, and they were micro influencers. That was before TikTok and all of that. So, and again, I'll reiterate, if you're launching a new product, you want to do everything. You want to throw everything at it. So you want to do chatbots. You want to do just low value coupon links like you're doing, David. You want to have influencers. Yeah. You want to do PPC strategy. Yes. You want to do press releases. You want to do everything to let the world know that your product exists as you would in any other business, right?
Yeah, you're talking about micro influencers. We talk a lot while, when I teach how to structure this strategy, I teach people how to understand micro-targeting. This is really, really important. Micro-targeting, when it comes to interests. For example, what we do, I don't know if you're doing that, we target micro niches on Facebook based on their interest, and based on that we use the right Pixelfy link with the right keyword. So we have a very granular targeting that actually really becomes micro targeting, and we duplicate this into PPC, and this is really something amazing. people today, you have to use everything that you can. So
Yep.
Eventually, I would say one strategy doesn't exclude the other. Is not really much better
Exactly.
than the other. Really depends what is your ultimate objective here.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. And they all sort of work together, as I said, because you've got that 90-day window of a new product that you want to sort of, where Amazon is trying to figure out who likes you, why they like you. So that you want to throw, as I said, everything you possibly can at it.
Yeah. So Regina, this was amazing. We try to keep our videos always short and concise, but I'm gonna
Beautiful.
have at least 30 minutes for this because it's really full of value here. And so
Excellent.
people can reach you out via email, right? And if they mention this video and We Are Growth Hack, they will get a 10% discount on your preset flow and on your course, right?
That's right. Yep. So I haven't figured out how to create coupon codes. So we're going to do a rebate the same way as I do with my chatbots. So I'll give you the link that anybody can buy from. And if they send me an email, my email is just regina@womenonamazon.com, and say, I want my 10% rebate, I will be in touch with them and get that organized.
Yeah, Regina. So how else can you help our listeners here? Do you provide any other kind of service or can you help them somehow?
Yeah, look, I do some what I call bespoke coaching. So I do have, I don't have a one size fits all. So depending on where somebody is in their Amazon journey, I can help them in their business to start or to grow. But I tend to work with people who are already sellers to get them to the next level and refine what they're doing. So I do coaching, and also, as I mentioned, with my rebate flow, if you don't want to do it at all, if you don't want to spend the 2 hours, I will do a done-for-you service for the rebates, and I don't have any landing pages or anything for that. So you can just book in a call and we can talk about it if that's something that you're interested in.
That's amazing. So yeah, I guess there would be a lot of people interested here in getting in touch with you. Let's hope so. And yeah, I think this was amazing. This was really good. I'm really happy to have you here on the show, and I can't wait to be on your show very soon.
Soon. Thanks so much, David. Thanks for having me.
Thanks to you. So have a good day. I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.